Graphite is indeed one of the hottest materials out there right now, and the quality of life that we enjoy here in Canada and North America and other parts of the world as well, you don't attain that quality of life without access to affordable, reliable, and cheap electricity, and graphite is right in the crosshairs of providing reliable and affordable electricity. 1.2 million tons produced last year, that's about the same size as the nickel market. Most people seem to think that this market will grow at 5% per year. That means by 2020, world consumption of graphite, again, amorphous, flake, everything, will be about 1.86, 1.9 million tons. When you think about the fact that today, current global supply of large flake graphite, just the large flake, is already 400,000 tons, you're needing, just based on batteries and based on pebble bed nuclear reactor potential demand, you would need to double the supply of large flake graphite in the next 8 years. One of the things that I think will actually drive graphite demand going forward in the future is innovation. Graphene could potentially replace silicon. That's about a $9 billion a year market by my estimates. It could be a potential successor to silver in solar panels. That's about a $4 billion a year business. And then a potential successor to copper, not in any way specific, but other than the fact that graphene is a fantastic conductor of electricity and also would generate less heat. So I'm not here to tell you that, go and sell all your silver stocks or copper's going back to $1.75 or something like that, because I don't believe that. What I am telling you is that this innovation that I keep referring to has a chance to really shake things up, and graphite is right at the center of it.
L'Amico has recently acquired the Quatre Mills project in Quebec. We've recently announced a financing of $700,000 for exploration. That is nearing completion. Secondly, we've announced the start of a 43-101 on the project, which will summarize all of the work that's been done previously, all the historical information. And third, we are now contacting and have hired a geological consultant for that 43-101 that will complete the exploration. So we've started our process up, and we'd like to be able to join the foot race, I think, here in the graphite space and be able to put some meat on the table for investors to take a look at in the way of a good report.
Hi, I want to talk to you about Cedar Mountain and our Graphite Creek property up in Alaska, just north of Nome. We are testing 200 million tons of rock this year. We don't have a 43-101 resource out yet, but our goal is with this year's exploration that we will. So we're planning an aggressive drill program. 2 to 3 core rigs will be used. We're planning on a VTEM, airborne geophysics survey, additional sampling because there's other zones that we need to do additional work on. We're focused on the high priority belt. Historical sampling on that belt has ranged from 2% to 60%. And our target size is over 200 million tons at an average grade of 5 to 10%. So this year's goal is to define as large an inferred 43-101 resource as we can with this summer's drilling.
Focus Metals is a publicly traded graphite mining developer, a technology solutions supplier, and a business innovator. It owns the 8 million ton Lac Knife Quebec technology grade graphite deposit, which at 16% holds the highest 43-101 compliant grade in the world. Production is set to commence in 2013, late 2013. An aggressive expansion drilling program will begin in the spring of 2012 to confirm indications that a substantially larger deposit, perhaps double or triple Lac Knife's volume, exists. Focus Metals' first-year production goal is 20,000 tons of 98% graphite and 3,000 tons of 99.9% graphite. Its 150,000 ton per year primary processing facility will be built in Quebec. We will, and our shareholders will, be rewarded for further should drilling discover multiple graphite bonanzas on the 10 new exploration targets we've discovered within the boundaries of our Lac Knife property.
So there's a quick overview of our properties up north. We have the properties near Lac Knife. We have 5 properties in the south near Lac des Îles, and that's just outside of Montreal. Lac des Îles is one of the only 2 producing graphite mines in the country. And we have 3, a little close up there, right near Bissett Creek, which is Northern Graphite's deposit, and the Kearney mine, which is a ex-producing graphite a mine that's coming back on stream in 2013. So a little bit what to expect now. We've got 12 properties in very well-known districts. We have a very aggressive program scheduled for 2012. It has begun. It starts with airborne EM. We will rank our properties accordingly once we get our EM targets back. We will hit the ground with detailed ground geophysics, mapping, trenching, sampling, very traditional style geologic programs. We'll re-rank the properties accordingly. We will do a small drill program on 4 to 6 targets this summer, and we expect by August, September, we will have a priority target ready for rapid development.
We just recently put in an application with the exchange to convert our name to First Graphite Corporation. Our first foray into the graphite space was made on February 14th with the acquisition of the Montpellier Graphite Project in western Quebec. We are located just 172 kilometers northwest of Montreal. We have good road accessibility and are in very close proximity to the existing Timcal Canada graphite mine. We are expecting to take the historic grades that are up there already and in Q1 of 2012 launch a preliminary exploration program that will further either define those or lead us into further exploration in Q2 and Q3 of this year. Corporate strategy moving forward obviously is to enter in and develop the assets that we currently have, but with more emphasis on the acquisition of both more projects to add to our portfolio, as well as the technical team to really come in and focus on them.
You know, Northern Graphite is regarded as sort of the top dog in the junior space, and here are some of the reasons why. Highest percentage of large flakes in the industry, highest percentage carbon content, highest value per ton of concentrate in the industry. It's located here in Canada, actually not far from Ottawa. It's simple open pit mining and also boasts proven metallurgy, so it's very well ahead of the game. The Bissett Creek project is about 100 kilometers east of North Bay, Ontario. Fully 70% is at least 48 mesh and jumbo to large flake with very high carbon content, and that's the key. That's what the battery makers are looking for. $70 to $80 million in capital expenditures. They're looking at producing about 2,500 tons per day, or processing, I should say, 2,500 tons per day. That equates to about 19,000 tons of graphite produced per year. Very low strip ratio, very low cash cost, about $1,000 per ton, and a 40-year mine life with, again, scalability and expansion potential, very, very prevalent.
This Simon Lake project could be the company maker. It does have the potential for about 30 million tons. The grades are off the charts, obviously up to 70%. Our next project just down the road is, of course, Deep Bay East. It was the first project that we did announce. Again, it's large flake. It's got some great historic drill holes. It's got an average grade of about 8%. Our Wagon project offers our investors a little bit of a hedge against our Saskatchewan plays. Of course, it's got a bit of a notoriety, being that it's about 12 kilometers from the Timcal mine. Certainly, this boasts all of the qualities of the other 2 projects. It does have grade. There are no drill holes, but there are samples in 100 outcrops of anywhere between 3 and 18%. So it's another project that we're looking forward to pursuing aggressively in the mining-friendly province of Quebec. On one of our projects, from Phase 1 to Phase 3, we believe that we can come up with an inferred resource on one of our projects somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 million tons for about $5 million. So the company is looking to be extremely aggressive.
What I do want to tell you is that basically ZIM2 is listed as an investment issuer on the TSX Venture Exchange. Essentially, we are opportunists. And we focus those opportunities on early stage opportunities. We're there, we're staking the ground, we're there with the companies before they IPO. We have a number of geological partners, either geological firms or prospectors. The key to ZIM2 is that whenever we get involved in a company, we try and stick with it for the long term. We're looking to enjoy some major liquidity event with the company on their success. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be buying ZIM2 partly because of what's coming and partly because what's already in the portfolio.